Hello internet world and welcome to a new video on the Geekanoids channel. It's time for Monday Madness. This is the show where I actually share with you what I've found absolutely crazy on the internet over the last 24 to 48 hours, including the very first section I'm going to cover, which was actually submitted by a viewer. So you've got somebody else to thank for this first one, and we're going to jump straight in to the first story, and then I'm going to come back to the live chat because this is a live broadcast. Just before I cover the first topic though, little bit of housekeeping. If you hear some background noise, we are actually having some work done, so do not worry, the live broadcast is safe. Ignore the noise in the background. Let's get on to this first topic, which is actually really very interesting. Now, as I mentioned, a viewer actually brought this to my attention. We've had a lot of smart speakers actually launched lately, including obviously the Apple HomePod just recently, and I think this is in direct response to the Apple HomePod coming out and people actually, or users actually, having issues with using the HomePod for other services apart from Apple Music. The Telegraph cites that the music streaming site Spotify is preparing a smart speaker for launch. Now this would be really interesting because obviously Spotify, a big music provider, could be working on something really very special in the music scene, and if they deliver a smart speaker that competes with the Apple HomePod and of course the Google Home Max and of course Sonos as well, then this could be very very interesting indeed. Now there is a link to this story down in the video description area. Full credit to all of the websites I mentioned today. Do check out the links to the complete story about the Spotify smart speaker that could be in the works. Now this is a live broadcast, so as always a big hello to the first four in the live chat. Hello to Dave's Physical Media, Motin Mohammed, Joshua Yates and Paul Rickson, and a big hello to everyone else who's tuned in. If you want to leave me a comment or question, then you can do that live now using the live chat. We've also got the super chat, so if you want your comment or question highlighted, then please use that super chat feature. And if you've got any comments after the live broadcast, so you're watching this on the main Geekanoids channel, please do leave me a comment. Don't forget to subscribe as well. Now, a lot of people also ask me, where else can you find me, Dave, from Geekanoids on the internet? Well, you can follow me pretty much by searching Geekanoids on any social media platform, and that includes the likes of Twitter, Facebook, and of course Instagram. So please do follow me there. If you want to check out my main website, you'll find that at geekanoids.co.uk. So anyway, let's jump straight back to the second story, which is of course a new camera. In fact, it was more than one camera coming from Canon. Now Canon have actually launched, amongst I think another two other cameras over the past couple of days, they've actually launched a new mirrorless camera, the EOS M50. Now the EOS M50 looks superb. I've got a Canon EOS camera actually, which I'll show you in a short while. I use an EOS M6 for some of my videos, but this for the first time offers up 4K video recording. How awesome is that? So we've got 4K video recording possible from a Canon compact or mirrorless compact camera. Interchangeable lenses of course, 10 frames per second continuous shooting when it comes to photography, and 24.1 megapixels. Now the good thing about Canon cameras is not only their colour science, but also the fact that they offer up really good autofocus, dual pixel CMOS autofocus. But this is where the little bit of the problem comes in. With this one, they're really touting the fact that we've got 4K video, but the dual pixel autofocus does not work whilst capturing 4K. You have to drop it down to 1080p, and I think that is a big shame. That's one of the big things that Canon have actually missed out in this new camera. Now I mentioned that I've got the Canon EOS M6 just here. I use this for some of my videos. Got a little external microphone on it. It's got a tilty screen, so I can flip this forwards if I'm sort of vlogging. Really good autofocus, and I love the colours produced by this. And we've been waiting a long time for Canon to actually offer up 4K video in their more consumer orientated cameras. And in fact they've gone halfway. they've given us 4K in the new EOS camera that they've launched, but they've taken away the dual pixel autofocus. Maybe they just couldn't fit the processing power in here to give us that. Maybe it was a heat issue. Maybe they're doing it for marketing reasons again. Who knows? But the good thing to come out of this is, although we don't get the autofocus or the dual pixel autofocus in 4K on this new camera, it does set the scene for future releases, so that the successor to the Canon EOS 80D and other DSLR cameras should, and I say should now in their new versions offer up 4K video capture. So finally Canon are taking this move, and it is a good thing for the other models, but I'm not too sold on the EOS M50, purely for the reason is they crippled it when it comes to the dual pixel CMOS AF. So anyway, before I go into the live chat, see if you've got any questions, let's jump into the third story, a little bit of a controversial topic to cover here. Now, it is Mobile World Congress at the moment in Barcelona, and we have, of course, got a whole slew of new smartphones actually being launched, including the Samsung Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus. Now, it does look like a great smartphone. And you know me, I've recently switched from iOS to Android, so I do have an interest in these new smartphones being released. This has got a fantastic looking camera with a dual aperture. The dual aperture actually switches between f1.5 and f2.4 modes, so you've got two different opportunities there to take different styles of photographs in different lighting conditions. Great low light performance promised. Really good video performance as well. I think it does slow motion up to 960 frames per second, which looks absolutely superb. There's a little bit of a demo here on their website, and it looks really good. I'm very, very impressed with what they're promising. But this is the problem. This is where it just makes me wonder if if Samsung are looking for yet another lawsuit from Apple. AR emoji, so you can, it's a little bit different obviously from the animojis that Apple offer on their iPhone 10, but this is where you take a picture of yourself. It makes various different sort of AR emoji stickers. You can also get them to talk, so it will actually watch the movement of your mouth and it will actually talk, and you can send that little chat to somebody. And it's just crazy. I think that they're doing this because they want to add these sort of gimmicks and little extra features to their smartphones. And admittedly, this does look absolutely fantastic. It looks like a really nice looking smartphone with some great technology and great design and a great screen. A really good overall package. The camera is going to perform very well, no doubt. If you look at previous versions of the Samsung Galaxy S smartphone, of which I am a big fan, it's going to be a great smartphone. But the question comes again is, are they really looking for a problem with Apple? There are so many things that are bandied about where Apple copied X brand, this brand copied Apple. At the end of the day, it's great for the consumer because we get these new features. But when you get something that's so similar to another feature from a competitor, you just know that that lawsuit is going to happen somewhere down the line. So do look out for that. I called it here first. I think Samsung will be seeing another lawsuit from Apple. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope it doesn't happen. But I do think that the Samsung Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus are going to be fantastic. And I mean fantastic smartphones. Really nice lilac metallic colour as well on offer. So anyway, before I wind up this particular broadcast, which has to be a little bit shorter than previous Monday Madness videos, purely because of the work that I've got going on at the moment, before I wind this up, let's take a look inside the live chat. We've got Love Gulati. Hello to you from India. Thank you very much for tuning in. And Gurab Patnaik is asking, do you think the S9 Plus is worth the extra cost over the regular S9? It's all relevant to whether you really want a larger screen smartphone. I think it's something like 5.7 or 5.8 inches compared to 6.2 inches. If you want that larger screen experience, you've got no option other than to pay the premium price. Is it worth it? You as a user can really only decide that. If you're looking at Apple iPhones, then of course you've got the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 8 Plus, and if you want that larger screen, you have to pay the premium for the 8 Plus. So it's really up to you decide if you really need that larger screen experience. And don't forget, so many other manufacturers also launching their smartphones this week, including a redesign which I also said would happen this year from the Sony Xperia range of smartphones. We've got quite a radical new design from them, with much thinner bezels, so that was really welcome. And of course we've got lots of other manufacturers also releasing their new flagship smartphones over the past few days and over the next couple of days as well. It's a really exciting time if you're in the market for a new smartphone, so do check out the Mobile World Congress coverage on other channels. And that is pretty much it for this particular video. I thank you all for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a fantastic week wherever you are, and I will see you all in the next one.